students to your class, English class. I'm a faculty of English from Department of Language, Literature and Society. And today we are here to learn or to study the paper titling Modern English Uses and Language for BA First Sem. As we have studied in earlier videos, previous videos, few topics of this paper, and Unit 1 we are studying and one topic from Unit 2. And today again we are here to learn something from this paper. Specific objectives, if I talk about, so it is to familiarize the students with grammatical structures and their applications in written and spoken communication, to develop the ability and analyze and appreciate a literary text. Today's topic is coherence and cohesion. Although these two terms are very easy to speak, and when we talk about these two terms, so it is very broader in meaning and to study as well. Actually, cohesion and coherence are terms used in discourse analysis and text linguistics to describe the properties of written text. Cohesion and coherence, it works on the nature of the text. Wherever we find any paragraph, any article, any newspaper article, or any magazine column, so wherever we read these things, those all contents are well organized. And this particular title works how to organize the ideas, how to organize the words. Only dictating or only speaking is not learning, or only saying something in English, it is not the learning. And if I'm making something, which is not have any sense, which does not have any sense, so it is not correct English uses. And whenever we write something, so it depends what kind of content we are delivering, and is that content in particular context or not. Suppose for example, if I'm talking about online education, so my ideas should be well organized. If I'm introducing to, suppose I'm writing any paragraph for online examinations or online classes, so in the first few lines I have to introduce the topic. In the middle of the paragraph I have to give some knowledge about this topic, and in conclusive I have to give some suggestion, recommendations. So these kind of parameters should be set. So this is very general. In general I'm talking, but according to coherence and cohesion, we have to go through these topics very seriously. Suppose is it given in the introduction that cohesion and coherence are terms used in discourse analysis, text linguistics to describe the properties of a written text. And advertising language tends not to use clear markers of cohesion, but interpreted as being coherent. If I talk about definitions, coherence and cohesion. Coherence is a broader, has a broader prospect, and cohesion has a limited prospect. How it works, I'll discuss in the few coming slides as I'm discussing it. Through the definitions, coherence, the ways a text makes sense and readers, writer, through the relevance and accessibility of its configuration, concepts, ideas, and theories. Cohesion, a grammatical and lexical relationship between different elements of a text which hold it together. For example, if I'm talking about just before this moment, I just presented an example that if I'm talking about online examination, it works. Suppose if in the beginning line I just say online examination is very important during this pandemic, but in the next line I just started to say that somewhere or digital platforms are not working, and this is the national problem, and so there is no relevancy. Maybe some relevancy are there in these two sentences, but to check out these relevancies among the sentences, among the words, so this whole scenario, these parameters, these kinds of parameters we have to study under this title, Coherence and Cohesion. Although this class is just an introductory class for coherence and cohesion, but I assure you that we will learn something in it. at least the gist of this topic. Yes. Let's move on. What is cohesive? Cohesive or cohesion? Cohesive is just an adjective of cohesion. And how it works. Actually, cohesive, how a paragraph can be called cohesive. It can be called cohesive if it is united and working together, fitting together well. What does it mean, fitting together well and united and working together? It works with how the words are set, how the semantically they are set, how pragmatically they are set. So this order of setting words is called cohesion. Cohesion and this way the word or that paragraph, there's that line, particular line will be called cohesive, otherwise not. So these are the parameters of writing. We cannot write anything, we are just keep on writing something and we can say, okay, this is the paragraph, this is an article. No, it is not that. Maybe a line may be grammatically correct, but it is, semantically, pragmatically, it is not correct. So these kinds of rules we will study. Like cohesion relates to the micro level of the text. Micro, it means, very, to the depth of the, understanding, how we can understand a written text. Cohesion relates to the micro level of the text, the words and sentences and how they join or link together. I mean, how the words are put, how the words are set. And if I talk about other side, coherence. What is coherence? Coherence, actually, it works on the macro level of features of a text which help to make sense as a whole. For a very common example, I would like to say that suppose if there is a paragraph in when we were in third class, fourth standard. So we I think you can recall those days when we used to learn an essay on my pet animal and such essays. There was also some coherence in the sentences, but the same pattern we have to follow. Whenever we write something, suppose if I'm writing on global exposure, so there should be some relevancy among the text, among the words. But if as I'm talking about coherence, so in coherence we have to study that what that particular paragraph or article or that content is delivering as whole. Suppose the paragraph is about something, population control, then the whole paragraph should convey the meaning in an organized way. It does not show that few lines are indicating towards population control and few lines are indicating towards pollution and few lines are indicating towards something other issue in the country. So this whole what a particular text or a group of sentence or any paragraph conveys its meaning as a whole. So this whole meaning is called coherence. How the words are said, how the sentences are said, it's a matter of cohesion, and how the whole context is delivering its meaning to the readers. It's a matter of coherence. And that is the basic difference between the both. For example, how a text can be cohesive. If I talk about coherence, so I'm just giving the gist. I'm just giving few rules, particular rules about it. Although these are not rules which has to be studied always, but we have to keep in our mind these basics of coherence. How cohesion can be achieved through the following 5 main methods. What are the methods? Few of methods are given, like reference words, repeated words, ideas, transition signals, and substitution. What are these? Actually, if you look at this text, for example, I have given a text here. If you look at the text, cohesion is an important feature of academic writing. Cohesion can help ensure that your writing coheres or sticks together. So you can see there's a lacking in it. Although it is grammatically correct, and if you look about this, cohesion and coherence, so there might be some lacking in this paragraph. What are those flaws? I can tell you, like in the first line, cohesion is an important academic writing. The cohesion can help ensure. Again, cohesion is repeated. So this is the flaw. Cohesion, in place of cohesion, we can use it. For example, if it is marked reference words, what are reference words? this, that, these, those. Actually, these words has not their particular meaning in the sentence, but they refer to something. Okay, in this, for example, cohesion is an important feature of academic writing. You can see cohesion can help ensure. So in place of next cohesion, second time cohesion is used here, we can use it. So that will be much better. For example, cohesion is an important feature of academic writing. It can help ensure that your writing coheres or sticks together. So this way, these rules work. For example, if I talk about transitions and effect transitions, comparison transition, contrast transition, what are these? Let's move on to the paragraph. Actually, reference words does not have their own meaning in the text, and they refer to some other word. I used in place of cohesion, and I used it, and it was referring to cohesion itself. And we are avoiding using cohesion again and again and again. So this is the basic use of reference words. Now, repeated words. If we repeat words in a text, so it shows that somewhere is some contextual meaning is left, or some semantically or pragmatically something is missing in the text. So this way, we have to keep in our mind, we have to hear it. I mean, repeated words and ideas, it should not be repeated again and again and again somewhere. Like transition signals and substitutions. What are transition signals? Let me show you. Cause transitions, effect transitions, comparison transitions, and contrast transitions. What are cause transitions? For this reason. If we're using for this reason, then we can use simply because of. And as a result, suppose if you are using as a result, somewhere this word, this phrase is using, then we can use in place of as a result, we can use consequently. This is also a same meaning conveying word. And comparison transitions. Comparison transitions, similarity, somewhere we say similarly, so we can say just like as well. So, these very common phrases and words, what makes a lot of sense, makes a huge sense, makes a, very sensible manner in your paragraph writing, article writing, and anything you are writing in. And contrast transition, however, and whereas. And what are transition signals? Words, phrases which signals relationships between ideas, also called linking phrases, and phrases, cohesive devices. So these were few rules. And what about substitutions? If I talk about substitutional words, so somewhere we suppose we are writing a word, a king, a government governed by a king, we can use somewhere monarchy. So this word will replace the whole this phrase, the group of words. So this is how we can improve our writing skills somewhere. Or coherence versus cohesion. If I talk about the comparative study of both, then coherence, very very general principle. Coherence, as I have to very general principle interpretation of a language in context. So whenever we are working under coherence, so we have to look at the context, in which context the paragraph is written, or how it is formed, and how the meaning is conveyed. And another fewer formal linguistic features. We have to go through few formal linguistic features. Pragmatically, we have to write, and semantically we have to see the meaning. And vocabulary choice. Relationship deal with text as a whole. As I have already discussed, it deals with the whole meaning of any content, or maybe any paragraph, any article, or any piece of writing. And based on primarily semantic relationships, error much more obvious, we can find easily. And cohesion, formal linguistic features is, for example, given repetition, reference, semantic relationships between sentences and within sentences. Why it is written sentences and within sentences? Because it deals with the words as well. We cannot repeat the words. Suppose if you are using reference words, so it is better to use reference words in place of repetition of the words, and that will make more sensible sense. And determined by lexically and grammatically and overt intersensational relationships. So how it works, and more recognizable. So it makes your text more recognizable and more impressive and more sensible in manner. So in today's slides and today's lecture, we learned about cohesion and coherence. Although it was just an introductory, lecture about this topic, we will learn more and more about this topic in further classes. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Keep enjoying. Thank you.